So as you can see by the title, you guys know what's right here in front of me. Just got dropped off by FedEx. I ripped off my address label, of course, for privacy. And this may come as quite a surprise to some of you. I'm sure some of you are wondering why I made this purchase so late into the life cycle of this device. And this is not only going to be the unboxing, kind of my first impressions, but I'm going to discuss why I made this purchase of this device. I am pretty excited for it. Of course, you know, I've watched reviews when the device first came out. So let's take a look at this. Completely brand new. I think this is maybe an invoice, right? So let's set that to the side. What was it? I think a while back, it's been quite some time since I did my Galaxy Z Flip 6 review. I believe it came wrapped in this stuff. Here we are. Now, I'm pretty excited for this. This is the Galaxy S25 Ultra, the 512 gig model in the silver blue. That's the color I liked the best. So let's go ahead and get that peel. Okay. Here's the top one. There we go. All right, let's crack this puppy open. I'm pretty excited. Bam, there we are. Holy cow, it's so crazy. Peel this little sticker off. Oh, it looks absolutely fantastic. I'm definitely happy with that color choice. S25 Ultra. You know, I've seen this phone, like this device, in Best Buy on display, of course, but I've never really, I guess, paid much attention to how large those cameras are. I mean, those are very large cameras. They really are. But that looks really good. I like that color, that silver blue. Here we go. As new as it will ever be. Bam. There it is. Let's go ahead and feel. Yeah, those feel pretty good. I like that. Now, you know, last year with the S24 Ultra, they had the really pointy corners. Of course, I didn't have that device, but these are still, I would say, a little more sharper than I'm used to, but definitely not as sharp as the S24 Ultra. So I've never had a device with the S Pen. I never had a Note series device, never had an S Pen, so I'm not sure how useful that's going to be to me. But I like that the sides of the device are a matte texture, just like the back of the phone. And it feels really, really good in the hand. If you guys haven't seen my review, look what we have here. The Pixel 10 Pro XL. Okay. Two heavy hitters in 2025 side by side. There we go. Of course, the Pixel has its unique look nowadays, but man, Pixel definitely feels heavier, feels more dense. They both feel really good in the hand. Pixel definitely feels heavier. Got the case back on that one. OnePlus 13, which has been a favorite of mine. Let me take this case off. They feel close in weight, but OnePlus feels lighter. But man, this does feel excellent in the hand. The buttons do feel nice and tactile. Not as tactile as the Pixel, but again, Pixels are just super, super tactile. Okay, let's see, compared to, I would say they feel a little more tactile than the OnePlus. So let's go ahead and do the first boot up and kind of discuss why I made this purchase so late into the Galaxy S25 life cycle. Do we have any juice? There we go. Took a while. Those super, super thin bezels. Let me turn down my light right here a little bit for you guys. There we go. Look at that. Look at those super thin bezels. It looks like we have about half battery. Yeah, that's about right. So I'm going to have to get my SIM card switched over from my OnePlus 13. So something I noticed, the S Pen kind of sticks out just a little bit. Not, oh, I guess it's meant to be that way, right? So you can kind of feel it and release it. So the reason I made this purchase of the S25 Ultra so late into its life cycle is because if you guys haven't seen my review of the Pixel 10 Pro XL, make sure you go watch that. One thing I didn't mention, and I think I'm going to try to do a standalone video on this, the display brightness on Pixel 10 Pro XL outdoors is absolutely phenomenal, but I am not a fan of stock Android. And for how much the Pixel 10 Pro XL costs and the specs it has, you know, I'm just not a fan of that. So I definitely prefer Oxygen OS much more than stock Android. But with these two phones side by side outdoors, I can see the Pixel 10 Pro XL so much better. Like, it's almost to the point where I'm like, what's going on with my OnePlus display? And I don't think anything's going on with it. It's just, man, the display on the Pixel 10 Pro XL is just so bright, and that just really bums me out. I've actually been trying to decide which one of these I'm going to keep and which one I'm going to sell. So I was like, you know, I like the customization and the software overall of the OnePlus. Do not like stock Android, right? So kind of what's the next best choice here in the US? Galaxy, right? Has all the customizations, great display. I'm still going to have to see side by side with the Pixel if it is just as bright. The anti-reflective display, that's brand new to me. I've never got to experience that. The last candy bar flagship phone I had from Samsung is, I'm pretty sure, the Galaxy S7. So it's been a hot minute. You know, I've had the Flip 5, I had the Flip 6 for a little bit. But that's the last candy bar flagship I had from Samsung was the Galaxy S7. So I'm excited to try this out. What I'm hoping for is side by side with the Pixel 10 Pro XL that the display is just as bright, meaning, you know, quite a bit brighter than the OnePlus. If it is, my plan is to potentially sell both of these. Not entirely sure yet, but if the Galaxy display is nearly as bright as the Pixel, still quite a bit brighter than the OnePlus, I'll probably keep it. I got a pretty good deal. I caught it on sale the other day, the 512 gig. So I'm happy with the price I picked it up for. A little over $1,000, which is an absolute steal. Before taxes, it was like $1,050 for the 512 gig model, and I think that is a fantastic deal for an S25 Ultra, fully unlocked, of course. So I'm gonna go through, get this set up. The first impressions, I mean, you know, it feels like a flagship device. It's not too heavy. You know, it doesn't have the charging speed of the OnePlus, doesn't have as much RAM, but I think that's perfectly okay, especially given the price I paid. And it's really nice that the edges have a matte texture to them as well, so I'm pretty excited about that. So this definitely still ticks a lot of boxes for me, and I'm excited to set it up and start using it. I appreciate you guys watching. Do me a favor, hit thumbs up on your way out, hit subscribe for more content on the way, and I'll see you in the next video.